What if an accident happens when I'm traveling by sea? How would people on land know what has happened to us? Isn't it scary to travel through sea? Well, these are some of the questions I've received on a regular since I posted the video of me traveling by sea from Bamusor to Edina. And since I've been posting content about the sea, people have been reaching out to me with different worries and inquiries. But then again, that is why I am your backup. I am your cultural and travel backup, and today I will answer your worries and quench your curiosities. The more reason why you should like and follow, and of course subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell for more content. Now let's get to the deal breaker. What to do and what not to do in case of an accident at sea. Now before I give you that information, let me tell you something else. You see, most times people are concerned with what if the canoe sinks, what if the boat sinks, what if the ship sinks? But they are not aware of the fact that there are other dangers at sea apart from the boat sinking. Yes, there are. For instance, the fuel of the engine can get finished, or the engine may suffer a malfunction, or the vessel, that is the boat or the ship, may hit a stone, a fish hook, or any other debris found in the ocean, such as any chunk of wood. That can be a major breaker, a deal breaker when traveling by sea. And equally, even more scary is the fact that pirates can attack people at sea. For those wondering who pirates are, these are thieves who attack people at sea and take away their luggages. Just as how we have burglars on land, the same way we have pirates at sea. And sometimes they can even kill you or throw you into the water just to collect your luggage. But then again, what is being done to prevent some of these occurrences, or what should you do and not do in case of some of these occurrences? Let's get to it. First, let's start with the prevention mechanisms. What is being done by water authorities, transport authorities, or basically maritime authorities to ensure or to safeguard lives, and equally what you can do to safeguard your own life. Starting first with the life jacket. If you've watched my previous video from Bamusor to Edina, I can remember pinpointing and highlighting this to be very, very important. Hear this and hear this now. Never travel without a life jacket. And in some instances, when you pay for your fare, your transport fare, they will provide you a life jacket. In the case where a life jacket is not provided, insist to get one or do not travel, because it can be very risky to travel without your life jacket. How important is a life jacket? A life jacket can help you float in case that your vessel drowns. It can help you keep you at the surface of the sea before maritime help comes in. So when your boat sinks, or when your ship sinks, your life jacket helps you take you to the surface of the water, so you don't sink in alongside the canoe or whatever vessel you're in. So endeavor to always have a life jacket before you travel. And sometimes you can even get yours. Because I, for one, I plan on getting my own life jacket, because whenever I travel through sea, the life jackets that have been given to me, the hygienic condition is not too good, because many people have used it. Many people use it day in, day out, because these people, they travel almost every day. Day in, day out, they're traveling, and these life jackets are being used by almost everybody who come there, and most times they're not being washed regularly. So when you use it, or when you're being given one, you will see these dirty lines there, and sometimes it's all sweaty. So one day, if I get money, I'll pursue my own life jacket, since I intend traveling more often. And even with the issue of life jacket, in a case like Edina, there's a military checkpoint there that before a boat driver kicks off or leaves the environs of Edina, the military there, or the military personnel in charge, checks the boat, asks the question, where are you headed to, checks if people have their life jackets all put on, how many persons are there in the boat, are they overloaded, and things like that. Some precautionary measures to ensure that everybody is safe. Now let's leave the life jacket and go to something else. What transport personnel do at sea to ensure that people are safe. They call it a waving option. Whenever boat drivers bypass each other, they will wave at each other. This is just as how car drivers may hunt at each other or may hunt at a friend when they see a friend at the roadside. But now it's a bit different for the maritime, because we will not just wave at a friend. We will wave at each other regardless if we're friends or not. We will wave at each other regardless if we have seen each other before or not. We will wave at each other even if we have never met before. It is very, very important, and it is a standard rule that we wave at each other and the passengers too do wave as well. And now, what is the importance of this? Is to check that everybody is safe. It is to ensure that there is no pirate in that vessel and there is no hindrance or any obstacle, and everybody is safe and comfortable. Now, if I wave at you and you don't wave back at me, it indicates that there is a problem. And it means there is a problem, and I could either take a U-turn to check what the problem is, or I can raise an alarm if something is going wrong. So it's very important when you're traveling by sea that when you see a boat, be it passenger or boat driver, you wave and they will wave back. If they're the first to wave, then you wave back. Now, one other measure that I've seen that boat drivers usually use to safeguard personnel at sea is the use of a conductor. Just as how bus drivers have conductors, boat drivers equally do have conductors as well. Now, what is the use of a conductor? A conductor is to assist the boat driver at sea. Usually, the boat driver is stationed at the back of the boat where the engine is located, because there he has to control the engine into whatever direction they are taking. And now the conductor is always at the front of the boat, the front part of the boat. And what is the role of the conductor? The conductor has several roles to ensure that people are safe. Now, first, the conductor is there to look at the water in front, because the boat driver can hardly see from behind or cannot see too clearly in case of maybe there's a stone or there's a debris. So the role of the conductor basically is to check if there is any stone ahead, if there is any fish hook, if there is any debris such as any chunk of wood, so the driver should not come in contact with it, and maybe the driver can take another directive to prevent hitting or coming in contact with that vessel or with that obstacle at sea. The conductor equally checks the sea level. Since he is at the front side of the boat, he can check the waves, check the tides, if it's okay, if it's level, if it's high. And if the sea levels are high, he will kindly tell the boat driver, please go beside the shore. As you're driving, link towards the shore. Don't go towards the middle of the ocean. Link towards the shore so you don't get people killed. And equally, the conductor is there to arrange the cargo, the luggage in the boat, because at times in which he may discover that the boat is going towards a particular direction, and then when the boat driver is going, as the journey is on course, he will arrange the luggages and instruct people, you sit here, to ensure that the boat is not going towards a particular direction. So that is basically the work of a conductor at sea, and those are some of the precautionary just some of the precautionary measures I have seen while traveling through sea that water personnel, maritime personnel put into place to ensure that everybody is safe. Now let's get to the main course. The question people have been asking several times: what to do and what not to do in case of an accident at sea. And how do we alert people on land that we are in trouble, given that the ocean is very vast and there seems to be a distant connection between the ocean and land? Of course, you have to raise an alarm. But then again, how do you raise an alarm? Let's get into it, starting first with how maritime personnel, or what they do in case of an accident, and what you can do to ensure your safety in case your boat sinks or in case of any other danger at sea. As I told you first, an alarm has to be raised in case of any accident, in case there's a fuel shortage, in case the boat or ship has come in contact with any vessel. What is supposed to be done? You raise an alarm. But then again, how do you raise an alarm, given that there is literally no network signal in the sea or at sea for you to make a phone call? For the ship, or for most ships, this is not a problem, because they have their signals, they can communicate through the compass and all of that. But for local situations, such as those traveling with boats, what should they do? Because you cannot make a phone call, your phone cannot access internet or any network while at sea. But yes, you can still make a call, you can still send the information through the walkie-talkie, the radio signals. But the situation is, not every boat driver has the walkie-talkie, because if you face a situation at sea, you just need to use your walkie-talkie and you make a call and you alert people on land that, okay, this is what has happened, or you alert any maritime institution and say, okay, this has happened, we are facing this and we need help. But the situation is, for most boat drivers, they don't walk around with walkie-talkie. I've seen just for one situation where I was traveling to Bamuso. I think that was my first time, and I was going with an international organization, and they had the walkie-talkie to safeguard us. But for the other times I've traveled, I have not seen any boat driver with a walkie-talkie. So then again, another concern comes in. If we cannot use a walkie-talkie to alert people that we have an accident or we are in danger, what then can we use given our local context? And now this is what I'll tell you, that boat drivers, some of them do have the whistle that they can alert people around, other boat drivers, to indicate that they are in trouble. They can use the whistle and blow it real hard. So those who are in creeks or neighboring islands, or boat drivers, can hopefully hear the sound of the whistle and come to their rescue. What they also do is to lift their paddle up for canoe drivers. A canoe driver, when a canoe driver lifts the paddle up, it indicates that something is wrong and he or she needs help, and any other canoe passing by or any boat passing by will know that there is a problem. Now for boat drivers, some of them do not have the paddle, so some of them can use any item there on board to wave. You can use a cloth and you just wave like that for people to see that, okay, there is an issue and we need help. Now in case where help is yet to come, what can you do at the individual level to ensure your safety? This one tip that I'm about to give to you, I heard it from a neighbor of mine when I was traveling through sea, the guy who was dead close to me. And he told me that you should endeavor not to pee on your body, not to pass out any urine, and try as much as possible not to get into any injury that will result to blood flow. Now, why should you not pee on your body and why should you avoid any blood flow? Because of the fear of sharks. Because sharks are prone to smell. They have a strong sense of smell, a powerful sense of smell, and they can get that sense of blood or urine from a distance. A shark can be in Douala and you are in Limbe or in Bakassi, and from Douala, the shark can get that scent of urine or the smell of blood and travel miles just to meet you. And it will not take long for a shark to travel from Douala to Bakassi or to Limbe, because just within seconds or minutes, a shark can use and travel from Douala to Bakassi to meet you. So you should avoid personal pee, avoid sustaining any injury that will lead to blood. Try as much as possible not to do any of these, because when a shark comes, you may get eaten. And some scientists have come up to say that even if a shark can smell or has a strong sense of smell, you're not really too excited over urine. But you don't want to take that risk, would you? So try as much as possible not to pee on your body, not to pass out urine in case you are at sea. In case the boat sinks and you're already in the water, do well not to pee on your body and do well not to engage in any injury that will result to blood flow, because sharks may locate you and within the distance of minutes or seconds they may get to you and you may get feasted upon. And so this tip is very important for you to stay alive before help comes, because sharks can locate you even before help comes. So try as much as possible to not pee on your body and try as much as possible to not sustain any injury that will lead to you losing blood or shedding blood. And these are the few tips I had for you. Do well to follow us, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell to get informed on every content I post, as I'll be posting several guidelines and tips, be it in the ocean, culture, and every other travel guidelines. So do well to follow me, and of course, let's connect in the comment section.